Hi everyone! So we got a delivery from Purple Carrot and today I'll be making smoky 2-bean chili. So before we start the prep, I just want to tell you all the items that you might need. So of course everything that was in the packet as far as the food items, but equipment. We'll need a blender, a small saucepan, a large pot, and we'll need baking sheets. I have these. You'll need at least 2, well, depending on the size of your meal. If it's for 2 people, of course you need less. If it's for 4, you're gonna need 2 more. A knife and a chopping board. So those are the items, and in a second I'll show you all of the ingredients. Smoky 2-bean chili recipe from Purple Carrot. Taking out my stuff, and the first thing I did is turned on the oven for 350 because that's what the recipe calls for. So oven is warming up, and now I'm going to look for my ingredients, which I need 4 cups of water, and I already have that in a small saucepan. And I am looking for the dried ancho chilies that I can throw in there so that they cook, and I just found them. So that's what's gonna go into the pot. So you might be wondering, why do I have 2 kits here? It's because we ordered dinner for 4. The options are either dinner for 2 or dinner for 4. We are going to make a recipe for 4. Another chili going into the pot. Here we go, and we're gonna put that on the stove and start boiling. So now the next step is bouillon cubes. I have to take everything out and have in front of me. It's gonna be much easier that way. So now I have all my ingredients in place, and it's going to be so much easier to manage. I have 2 cubes here, bouillon cubes, and these are going to go into our dried chile that is on the stove. And the next steps will be chopping the onions and the garlic. So Purple Carrot specializes in vegan food. So these are not, they don't have any animal products. These cubes are vegan. Adding the second one. So again, we have 2 chiles and then 2 cubes and 4 cups of water. This needs to go up to a boil. Okay, this is tomato powder, and the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of water, which I have in this small bowl. I'm going to open this and then mix, and this will form a tomato paste. Oh, I didn't cut it right. Okay, one more try. Here we go. Now it's gonna work. Okay, one goes in. Okay, our oven is already done, but we're not ready for it yet, so it will have to wait. Mix that to form a paste. So you can see that the powder turned into a nice tomato paste. That's ready, and the next thing, I will chop these. So onions are diced and garlic is a smashing success. Look at that, I smashed it. And now we're going to add some olive oil to our pan, and we're going to put the onions and garlic in. Okay. Right now, actually I'm gonna wait for it to heat up a bit. To see if it's done, I just threw a little bit of the onion in there and it's simmering, so we're going to add the rest. If it makes that sound, you know that the oil is heated enough. So in go the onions and in goes the garlic. I'll mix it quickly, and then we'll move on to rinsing our beans. Lower the heat. And we'll let this go for 3 to 4 minutes. So it even says lift. So that's what we're gonna do, lift, and then we're gonna cut this. It says tear, but I think it's gonna be easier to cut. Okay, so they want us to, the recipe calls for rinsing these, so we'll put them in here, and you don't have to do them separately, you can do it together. Everything is going to go into one pot anyway. So you can see that the onions and garlic are browning nicely, and the recipe calls for oregano now. So we're going to put the oregano, and the tomato paste that we have prepared goes in as well, and we're going to mix it. Spoon is going to work much better for this. Okay. So you want to mix to coat the onions in the paste and in oregano. It's very nice. The scent is beautiful right now. Gorgeous. Okay, I think that's about it. So it's time to blend the broth and chilies. Done. Apparently, I forgot to add the chipotle pepper in adobo, this sauce, so I'm gonna add it to the blender. Okay, 1 and 2. And it calls for a pinch of salt. So there we go, salt. And we're gonna blend it quickly. Make sure you put your top on. The onions mix is ready, and now we're going to add the drained beans. In go our beans. Let's mix that. Then we will follow up with our liquid blend, and then add maple syrup. There goes the liquid. It also calls for half a cup of water, so I'm going to get that next. And maple syrup. Half a cup of water. I will stir before we add the maple syrup. The color is beautiful and it smells so delicious already. Maple syrup, organic pure Vermont maple syrup. I want to get every little bit out. Okay. Now we're going to stir it again. We're supposed to bring it to a boil, reduce the heat and let it simmer. Okay, these are corn tortillas. Recipe calls for quartering them, so we're going to cut in half and in half again. Now we're going to place them on the baking sheets and drizzle with a little bit of oil. Make sure we cover all of them. I'm sure I can fit more in here, but that's what we're gonna do. Drizzle with oil, a little bit of salt, and put them in the oven. Again, oven was heating up to 350 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. and we're gonna check on them. We don't want to burn them. Basically covering all of them with a bit of oil, and then we'll put some salt on top. So these are finishing touches. We are going to get the cilantro. We're going to chop the cilantro, and we're going to chop this into wedges. Some of the juice is going to go into our dressing. We're gonna mix cilantro and the juice with the vegan ranch dressing. Okay, so the recipe says that we have to actually juice one of these, and the other one is gonna be for garnish. So I'll make sure to juice one and then mix it. Right now, just chopping the cilantro. Make sure you don't chop your fingers off. Cilantro is chopped and in the bowl. Now we're going to juice this lime, and then we'll add the dressing and mix. And the second lime, just cut it into wedges. Now we'll add the vegan ranch dressing to cilantro and lime. So we're just waiting for the chips to be ready, and look how gorgeous this looks. And then we'll plate because everything else is set. So I'm plating it already. Add a little bit of the sauce and a wedge, and now you can compare side by side. Enjoy!